Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. We have a breaking story right here, and I am just catching wind of it. I'm just learning it as we are going here because this is very, 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 very new. This is very, very breaking right now. And honestly, I had different plans on doing a completely different show with you guys this evening. And this kind of popped off. So I feel obligated to give you guys this story because this is another moment of faces of evil. I'm still just very, very shocked about this. Okay, guys? So we're going to be jumping into this. And I'm going to say here really quick, may not be that situation here, T. I'll explain here in just a minute. Okay? So before we jump down that SK avenue, let's look at this really quick because that's what I thought at first. But I've learned quickly that may not be the actual situation here. Some things have transpired. Some information has popped up. This may be a different situation here. Or someone having a history of doing some very, very bad things, but they're no longer here, allegedly, anymore. I'm going to get into it in just a little bit, okay, guys? Because like I said, I'm still deep diving into this as best as I can. So we're going to be going through this as a family. Okay, so just ride with me because I don't have everything yet. This is still a breaking story, so we're gonna break and learn this story together as a family. You see the title above or down below underneath this video. Okay, this is not for the faint of heart, and we're gonna be breaking this together as a family. Okay, so do me a favor. We got to get into some things. Full-on Warren TWs, okay? And we don't need to do it in bold in the chat. Y'all know. T-dubs, okay? But before we get into everything, some housekeeping real quick. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes. That would really mean a lot. This is a breaking news story, okay? As of the past hour or two, it had just broke. This is wild stuff, y'all. So we're going to go through this together as a family. And if you haven't done it yet, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, okay? You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets, and I'm giving you guys breaking, fresh, new information, and it's a devastating story. Long story short, hit that join button down below. Support the channel if you feel obligated, if you feel moved to support this channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. These purple lights don't pay themselves, okay? So that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And of course, hit that notification bell so you know whenever I go live, whenever I go upload, because it be random though, okay? All right, guys. We got to get into this. All right. Like I said, I was jumping on here and trying to get as much information as much as I could. But I do want to get a few things here real quick before we get on and popping here. OK, there's a few things. Okay, some new developing information. And I don't know what, like I said, we're still figuring this out bit by bit. Some people are thinking maybe it's an SK situation, but I do not think it's that. Okay, so recently, last week, allegedly, these two young teenagers by the name of Webster and Brittany Brewer went missing in Oklahoma. Okmulgee County, okay, Oklahoma, last week. Now, there is some new information. Of course, there's been a search. They've been looking for these two for a while. And now, unfortunately, these two young girls were found. They were found gone, if you get what I'm saying. But they were also found with 5 other bodies. 5 other bodies. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. Now, I got a couple of videos that I'm going to be playing. You know, there's some things from WFLA that I've been checking out as well, which I do appreciate them doing giving us information. There has been as much breaking stuff as we can get right now. I'm going to be giving you guys as much information as I can here in just a minute. But first and foremost, I think if we're able to get some of this information from the man himself, okay, JB Bueno, okay, I appreciate him giving us the information that we need for this situation. So hold on, guys, let me grab this so we can kind of get a gist of what's going on. Okay, there is some more information, which I'm going to be reading some articles for you guys as well. But I think we can get a little bit of information from him. I think it'll be very helpful. Let's take a listen. And yeah, he messed up his
Brewer.
There we go.
And Ivy Webster. In fact, I think I have some photos loaded up here for you. This is a very low-res photo of Brittany Brewer, 16 years old. And then I believe we have another photo. Let's see here. I believe we have this photo of Brittany, and then we might also have a secondary photo, yes, of Ivy Webster, 16 years old, provided by the Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office, or Department, excuse me, out of the state of Oklahoma. Extremely disturbing story. As we're getting this chopper signal, by the way, everybody, this is on a replay. So this is from about an hour or so ago. I believe this is about roughly an hour or so ago. And let's go over the latest from KFOR.
Now, I'm going to give you guys the breakdown so that you know, because I mean, you know, I just wanted to show you guys the actual helicopter, you know, sky cam view of all this, which is pretty wild. There are some articles and whatnot that I'm going to bring up here really quick that I'm going to read off camera. You know, you're not going to see the articles, but I just want to have them out here real quick before we I only have one screen over here, so there's two screens. So I want to make sure I get the ones that this information here for all of us to take a look, or, you know, to hear, okay? Because I think this is pretty crazy stuff. And heartbreaking as well. And again, it's crazy to me that we live in a time where it's another situation. I'm just letting you know, just about 48 hours ago, I was just talking about another tragedy and another mass tragedy that happened in Texas, y'all. Another tragedy that happened in Texas. That man is still on the run right now. And now we have this BS, this situation, this tragedy going on where we have 7 people passed and gone, found in the middle of wherever this is right now. So let's get some information. I'm going to play you guys so you guys can see the Skycam view and all that, you know what I mean? So you guys can see all that. But grim find, Ivy Webster and Brittany Brewer, okay? Their bodies among 7 found in Okmulgee, okay? I think it's Okmulgee. I've seen it spelled different ways. Okmulgee County, hours after Amber Alert, okay? So this is the information that we have so far. An Amber Alert for Ivy Webster, 14, and Brittany Brewer, 16, was issued by the Oklahoma Highway Patrol when the girls didn't show up at their family ranch. So the OHP confirmed on Twitter that the endangered missing advisory had been canceled and the young girls were found gone. They went missing early Monday morning, and Jesse McFadden was suspected in their disappearance. And we're going to get into Jesse McFadden in just a minute, okay? Now, Ivy's mom told Fox 23 that the girls were staying overnight at McFadden's for a sleepover with his stepdaughter. Now, McFadden was due into court on Monday to stand trial for allegedly illicit child pee. Okay? You get what I'm saying, though, right? Child pee. According to police records, the investigation into their demise is still ongoing. Now, a little bit of information about Jesse McFadden, because Jesse McFadden is one of the 7 that was found in this wooded area. So he is also in there. He is also involved. His body was also found along with 6 other bodies. And that includes Ivy and Brittany's bodies as well, just to make that abundantly clear. So the idea of it being a serial situation, there may have been, and then maybe it was an MS situation where maybe Ivy and Brittany were his last 2 victims, and then he did whatever he did to himself as well. This is just, of course, just theory, just speculation. We don't know everything as of yet. There could have been something else going on. We do not know. But what we do know is that his body, Jesse McFadden, which, by the way, I have a photo of him as well. Well, along with the 2 young girls here. I just want to make that abundantly clear. This guy in the middle, this is Jesse McFadden. So again, they were over there allegedly going to spend the night over at his place. Okay. And now all 3 of them, including 4 other souls, are gone. Their bodies were found out in this wooded area as well. And I'm going to repeat this again for those of y'all who are just getting into the party, coming late to the show and all that. Okay, so there was an Amber Alert that was alerted for Ivy and Brittany. Okay, Ivy Webster, she's 14. Brittany Brewer is 16 years old. Okay, it was issued by the OHP, or the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, when the girls didn't show up at their family ranch. Okay, the OHP confirmed on Twitter that the endangered missing advisory had been canceled because the 2 girls had been found. Okay, they were found deceased. They went missing early Monday morning, and I keep wondering if they mean today, earlier this morning, or if they went missing a week ago. That's one piece I'm still trying to figure out here. Okay. But I'm assuming that they went missing this morning. Okay. So they went missing early Monday morning, and Jesse McFadden was suspected in their disappearance. Ivy's mom told Fox 23 that the girls were staying overnight at McFadden's for a sleepover with his stepdaughter. Now, I want to make that abundantly clear. Those 2 girls were planning on spending the night over at McFadden's home. McFadden was due in court today to stand trial for allegedly having disgusting content involving minors. Okay? Now, here's a little bit of information about some more on Jesse McFadden, okay? Jesse McFadden, he is 39 years old. He is also a registered SO who lives in Oklahoma with his wife, her daughter, and her 2 sons. In May of 2023, which we already know now, the bodies of 7 individuals were found at the family's residence when police searched the home in connection to the disappearance of Ivy and Brittany. It is believed that the missing girls were staying at McFadden's home for a sleepover with his stepdaughter, Ivy's mom told Fox 23. Many suspect that McFadden and the girls were among those discovered, but at this time, the identities have yet to be confirmed. And from what I understand, they have been confirmed. Okay, but you got 2 teenage girls going and spending the night over at a registered SO's home, which also the person Also, the person who's a registered SO was also supposed to show up to court today because he allegedly had content that no human being should ever have involving minors. And now, 7 people are gone, including, 7 people are gone, including Jesse McFadden. Now, one thing I do find very interesting too, I'm just going to say it out loud. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I wish the families knew about his record, because I don't think that those girls would have gone over there and stayed over at a registered SO's home. Let's keep that straight funky, y'all. Don't you think? But unfortunately, of course, that's me just assuming. I'm assuming that the parents, that Brittany's parents and Ivy's parents did not know that this man has a record. And yes, I can't say that. But yes, Virginia, SO is that. Just so you guys know, if you guys are going, what does SO mean? That's what it means. Okay, you can read it. I can't say it. Okay? But I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if the parents knew anything about this man having a monstrous record, they wouldn't have been over at that crib. Trust and believe. Okay? Trust and believe. Not a chance in the world. But unfortunately, and I'll show this guy one more time, or them two as well. I mean, we have Jesse McFadden, who is a registered SO, who is supposed to go to court today, allegedly today, because of content that he had that's not supposed to be, not anybody's supposed to have. But now his body is found alongside these 2 girls and 4 other bodies as well. And the question I have, the question that remains in my mind right now is, I'm wondering if, well, let me pause this really quick. I am wondering, because I want to see what this reporter says here too. But I'm wondering if it's family, if it's the McFaddens, or if his family is fine, but these bodies were found there as well. Like, maybe a serial situation going on. You got 7 bodies. Or actually, if you don't count Ivy and Brittany, and you don't count Jesse as well, you have 4 other bodies that were found out there. What were the 4? Who are those 4 bodies? Are they other missing kids, or are they family members? Is it his wife and his 2 stepkids? Those are the questions I'd like to know. But hopefully we can get some answers here in a second. Let me play this. And guys, please do me a favor. Don't forget, I got some more articles I'm going to be reading here with more details, more information. But I wanted to give you that kind of nuts and bolts real quick, because I know you guys, a bunch of you guys are filing in just trying to find out what exactly is going on. But if you guys can do me a favor, please hit that like button down below. Helps the story get out there. Please, 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 and thank you. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Okay. And of course, if you can, hit that join button, become a member, support the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay. Let's hear what this reporter has to say here.
All right. I think he's still practicing for his live report.
I guess he's not ready.
See, I have another feed here. We're going to try to bring up another feed. Here in the Stream Center, we're getting a lot of different feeds that are popping up in real time. And I think that they're just reporters who are preparing for their turn on live television. So we'll go to this one.
This is crazy.
And show you a different now live reporter who is at that scene in Oklahoma.
She going to say something?
If you see any of them speaking, even though I keep clicking on the button to show you them speaking, but it appears that they're just getting ready and mouthing words. If we see them actually begin their live report, we'll try to transition back to that. But again, this is from, you can see it here on your screen, Oklahoma News 4. And this is a developing story out of Oklahoma. Henrietta, which is about an hour and a half east, roughly an hour and a half east of
Let me see what I can
Oklahoma City, where these bodies have been found. Let's start by, as we await some of these live reports.
People outside.
Why don't we say hello to our Facebook Live and YouTube Live audience? You can use, starting now, you can use hashtag HeyJB, and I'll try to animate.
14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer, who have been missing since about 1:30 this morning. But the medical examiner says that they are actively working to confirm the identity of all the bodies found here today. The two missing girls were believed to be with James McFadden when they disappeared. McFadden being a registered sex offender who has been convicted of a rape conviction in the past. We're told by authorities that this scene, this property right here, is that of McFadden's. Now, there are a lot of law enforcement here on the scene. They're going to be actively investigating, I'm sure, for many more hours. We're told that OSBI has now taken the lead on this investigation, but any updates that occur from now to the rest of the night, we'll give it to you live here in Henrietta. Kiter K, Oklahoma's News 4.
OSBI is Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that correction. Now, let me say this really quick, okay? Yeah, and thank you, Pierrette. Yeah, they said it is. Yeah, that's okay. So hold on, I got a couple of things, a couple comments I'm going to read here in a second. But it says, but you're right, Pierrette. The host right now said it was this Monday morning. So Monday this morning. So these kids went missing this morning, and then that quickly they were able to find the bodies of these kids all these bodies at the end of the workday. That is absolutely devastating information. I'm going to be real. Raven McCall, thank you so much, Pascal. That's Henrietta, Oklahoma. I'm hearing Okmulgee County, so maybe it's a county of Henrietta. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't live in Oklahoma. Okay, but still, very devastating news here. Okay. Yes, Shelly, I agree. This is absolutely terrible. Michelle just said, someone else in the chat said the other bodies are of the wife and her kids. I really hope it's not the truth. I hope you're lying. Okay, so Okmulgee is the county. See? Okay, so I'm right. Okay, I'm right. It's Okmulgee. Okay, that's the county. But yes, things, of course, it's the county within Henrietta, Oklahoma. But this is still absolutely crazy. If that's true, I haven't heard anything about the bodies being ID'd yet. I will look into that here in just a minute as well. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay. So like I said, forget this, the jurisdiction of Henrietta or Okmulgee. All I know is that this is Okmulgee County, and we're just going to stay with that for now. Okay. Let us get into the other stuff that's more important, like the information that we need to know, which is what exactly is going on here. What's the truth? How do we know, or how did they find them, etc. What's the storyline behind them missing? Okay. So real quick, before we go into the updates within this article, the original story. So the OHP is looking for two. This is at the time of the reporting. So they were looking for two missing and possibly at-risk endangered teenagers. The search has resulted in an Amber Alert, according to the Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office. Okay. Now, 14-year-old, you know what? Actually, I am just going to go and do this to make it a little bit easier so that we can all see this together. Come on. I think that'll be easier. Share this with you guys, and then I'll just keep bouncing back and forth from the WFLA and all that. Sanan, thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. I do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Okay. Thank you so very much. But let's get into this, okay? Here's the article, okay? So this is the original story. Moving on. So 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer were last seen Monday morning at 1:22 a.m. in Henrietta. According to Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office, Webster was supposed to return home by 5 p.m. Sunday. So yesterday evening, after spending the weekend with a friend, but didn't show up. Webster was reported to be staying with Holly McFadden, her daughter, and Jesse McFadden. It was thought that the group went to a ranch in McAllister, but the sheriff's office says that didn't happen. Investigators also say at some point, Brittany Brewer was picked up Saturday night by the group. So I guess Ivy was planning on staying there for the whole weekend and was supposed to come home Sunday night, but did not show. Let me blow this up a little bit more so you guys can see this in the nosebleed seats, because I know some of y'all watch on some really small phone screens, okay? So moving on, Ivy Webster was last seen wearing a black Vans hoodie, blue jeans with large holes at the knees, and black shoes. Brittany Brewer was last seen wearing a black bathing suit, blue shorts with flowers, and white tennis shoes. They might be, and this is at the time when they were looking for him. They might be traveling in a white Chevy Avalanche, okay, with Jesse McFadden, who now we're understanding has a rap sheet where there is R. Again, this is a registered SO. So I'm not surprised if he is looking or has a record where there's R involved as well. Let's continue. That's what it says. Convicted of R, and he has been in prison. This is one of his mugshots. Sheriff's Office has also requested assistance from the District 25 Violent Crime Task Force to assist in the case. And of course, if you know of anything or you see the teens, please speak with the Chief Deputy Smokey Patchen. Interesting name. Now, let's get back up to the top here, because this is where the new updates, they give us new updates. So I'm going to work backwards here, okay? So update at 4:15 p.m., okay, just a little bit ago. Authorities confirmed to the KJRH, an affiliate, NBC affiliate, that 7 bodies have been discovered on the property in Henrietta. 4:28 p.m., Okmulgee County Sheriff's confirms they believe the bodies of 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer had been found on the property in Henrietta. Now, this is from 4:43 p.m. The sheriff says they executed a search warrant at the property around 3 p.m., and that is when they discovered the bodies. The medical examiner is working to confirm the identities of those found. The missing girls were believed to be with Jesse McFadden, who has served prison time for a R conviction. The Tulsa NBC affiliate KJRH reports he was due in court Monday for soliciting a minor and possession of CP. This is the information that we know of so far. This could be a serial R. This could be a serial R and unaliver as well. If you get what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I got to use all these doggone code words, man. It drives me nuts. I wish I could just say it. But at the same time, this could be a serial R and serial unaliving. Okay? And Nene, no. No. If it, so just so you know, registered, he would be a registered SO. R, just so you know, R is, I will highlight it one more again. R is this, rhymes with grape. There you go. Okay, rhymes with grape. You see it on the screen. There it is. Okay, just so you guys know. But this is the information that we know of so far. Let's continue though. Again, I keep wondering, how did they not know? And why wouldn't the wife ever say, the wife of, I don't know. It just seems strange. It just seems a bit strange. Okay. And don't worry, we're going to go back to the WFLA here in just a minute. But I just wanted to give you guys some more information, like who the heck is this guy, right? Who is he? Or who was he? Let's get into that, shall we? So, as you see, a registered SO has been connected to the case of 2 missing Oklahoma teen girls. So, officials said the search for Ivy and Brittany ended after they searched Jesse McFadden's home or his property. Okay? So, who is this guy? And I feel like a lot of it, we're going to be repeating a few things that we just heard a second ago, but I'm going to let you guys know. Okay, I'm just going to repeat the same stuff over again, just so you guys know. Some of you guys are late to the show, so I'm going to get you guys as much information as I can. And if it sounds like it's overkill, I apologize. I'm reading many, many articles, and a lot of them are saying a lot of the same things. But we always grabbed a little bit of something from each and every single article as a family. So let's get into this. So this piece of work, okay, 39 years old, was an independent contractor and registered SO who lived in Henrietta, Oklahoma with his wife, her daughter, and her 2 sons. Now, the thing is that if it is, yeah, that would make sense if it's because there's 3 of them that were found, which is Ivy, Brittany, and Jesse. There's 4 more bodies that were found there. So it wouldn't make sense if it was his wife and his 3 stepkids. That would make 4. That would definitely make 4. That would make us a total of 7 people gone, which is still absolutely devastating. So now he was born on August 24th, 1983. He ended up behind bars in the early 2000s after he was convicted of first-degree R in McAlester, Oklahoma. McFadden was in jail for almost 20 years before he was released in October 2020, according to the Oklahoma SO registry. Now, what happened with Ivy and Brittany, Ivy Webster and Brittany Brewer, and may they both forever rest in peace. This is so devastating, guys. So devastating. So on May 1st, 2023, we already know that seven bodies of 7 individuals were found at the McFadden family residence when police searched the home in connection to the disappearance of Ivy and Brittany. The sheriff's office confirmed that Brittany, Ivy, and Jesse were among those who were discovered, according to ABC4. Ivy and Brittany were last seen on April 29th, and an Amber Alert was later issued just hours before their bodies were found. It is believed that the missing girls were staying at McFadden's home for a sleepover with his stepdaughter, according to Fox 23. Now, we read that part before, okay? And he was obviously due in court today, okay, for possessing content, okay? And from the other article, it said that he was trying to, from what it seems like, he was trying to solicit a minor. Hamburger. Okay? So, this is the information that we have thus far. Okay? I'm going to grab a few more things real quick. See what else we have here. A lot of evil in the world, y'all. There's a whole lot of evil in the world. My mind is still blown over this. And of course, there's still a lot of information that we're still trying to grab. We're still trying to get. Okay. But let me pull up. Ooh, let me pull this back a little bit.
It doesn't matter where it is. It could be in the middle of a city or on a rural property outside of Oklahoma City. It doesn't matter where it is.
There's an interview here that I want to see.
That is beginning. So let's
see what this
go
is.
to that press conference and listen in here live.
Oh.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All this getting ready. Yes, the girls were 14 and 16 years old, but there were 5 other bodies that were found.
I want to preface something before we get started. So okay. What I want to say is that this is a joint operation between the Okmulgee Police Department, the Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office, and the OSBI. And there's OSBI information where by statute we can only release certain things. It's very confidential. It's different than the Open Records Act that you guys normally deal with and everything. And some of the things that you may ask, because of some of the questions they've asked me today, I may have to refer you to another agency, especially when it comes to like positive identification of the victims, things like that. So I just want to get that out in the open right now. So if I'm vague on some stuff, those are the rules that I have to go by. So anyway,
If you could just start with your name
Sure.
and position title for the record.
Okay. The name is Gerald Davidson, GeraldDavidson. I'm the interim public information officer for the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation.
All right, and Gerald, what can you tell us about what happened here today?
Okay. What's going on here at the scene behind me is that there were 7 bodies found this afternoon by the District 25 Violent Crimes Task Force, and they were found on the property here at the scene.
And can you confirm what ages these bodies?
No, I cannot confirm the ages. Again, that's really the medical examiner's responsibility to confirm the identity and things such as that.
Are you able to tell us the condition the bodies are in?
No, again, that's the medical examiner. They determine, cause and manner of death. So the conditions is something that's under their investigation.
Can you tell us about the weapon?
Excuse me?
What can you tell us about what happened?
Can't tell you much about what happened. Everything is still a very fluid investigation at this time.
I mean, you can't tell. Come on.
Again, that's part of the investigation that's still ongoing, and that's not going to be discussed right now.
Do any of these victims have any connection to McFadden, the suspect?
Good question.
Don't know. There's lots of assumptions, but
Lies.
I couldn't say that because, again, the identification has to come from the medical examiner.
Is there anybody?
Okay.
No, there are no suspects at large right now.
Can you say where you found the bodies? Were they in the house or on the land?
They were on the property, on the land.
Okay.
What are you guys going to be doing now?
What are we
What
doing?
would your people be doing here now?
Well, there's people recovering information, as far as evidence goes, and just the course of the investigation. Because again, this is a very fluid investigation going on. So that's just what's going on right now.
Was there a note or anything left behind?
I don't know anything about a note. Don't know anything like that.
Could you be more detailed about exactly where on the land they were found?
Just on the property, just not in the residence, but just on the property. But that's about as detailed as we can get right now.
Man, can't say nothing.
Any other information you can relay?
Not really.
Nothing.
Because one, we're not going to say anything. It's going to jeopardize any investigation.
I get it. But come on.
We're just it's going to be very vague on some things, and that's just the nature of what's going on right now.
Come
Have you guys been in
on.
communication with loved ones?
They have been.
Can you say how long the bodies were there?
No, I cannot say how long they've been there.
Is the suspect one of the bodies?
I can't say that either. Again, that's the medical examiner's responsibility to identify them.
Is this considered a homicide investigation?
It would be considered a homicide, yes.
Are you able to talk about the search and how you guys ended up with this property?
Well, no, that on the Violent Crimes Task Force, or how?
Just what led you? What led your task force to get here to this property to find our victims?
I don't know. I'd have to get the information. I have to get back with you on that. What led them to believe that?
Is this being investigated as a murder-suicide?
I can't comment on that. I don't know.
That's what I think it is.
Individuals who are deceased, and again, the manner and cause of death is up to the medical examiner to decide that.
Can you kind of recap what these two teenagers were doing over the weekend and kind of just their activities and how they ended up with McFadden?
No, I can't comment on that. The source of that information would be whoever the agency that submitted the information on the Amber report that went out by the Highway Patrol. They're the ones who have to vet out, missing kids and stuff and decide, do they meet the criteria? So that would really be a question for that agency.
What's OSBI's role in this?
The OSBI's role is simply to assist in the investigation. We have agents out here that do interviews, and also we have agents here that do crime scene investigations. So that's the two major roles that the OSBI conducts.
And who would be interviewed in a situation like this?
We don't comment on who we're interviewing.
Can you just speak to the nature of this case and this possible crime? I mean, this is a very heavy situation.
Well, as far as the nature of the case, there's 7 individuals who died here on this property. And that's the nature of the case, to investigate, what happened and, try to identify any perpetrator and just do that. I mean, that's with any investigation such as this.
How would you describe
Jeez
your
Louise.
feelings right now, or even OSBI's, with how grave this all is?
Well, anytime someone loses their life, that's a serious situation. So that's about the best way to describe anybody's role in anything, is to say that, it's something where somebody has lost a life.
Has McFadden had any criminal history, or has OSBI been aware of him before?
I couldn't comment on that. I don't know.
Will you be investigating if there was anything leading up to this, if there were any warning signs with McFadden?
Well, no, as far as warning signs, don't know about that. We'll just they'll be looking into every aspect of the investigation that's pertinent to the crime and everything. But as far as the tactics or strategy, couldn't comment on that.
Running in circles.
When more details will be released about the victims?
Well, again, the biggest thing on the victims, I think what you guys are interested in, are the identities, ages, things like that. So really, that information truly comes from the medical examiner.
Okay. Well,
Will he be speaking to us at any point?
I have no idea. You'd have to contact the medical examiner on that one.
it's just a little unusual to have this many deceased. And we know McFadden and the 2 teens, but we don't know who the others are in relation to them,
Okay. Well, as far as a relation, I mean, there's a relationship somehow, but as far as discussing who is what relation, that's not going to be discussed right this moment.
Will you be coming forward with any more information about the condition in which these bodies were found?
Well, again, we talk about the condition of the bodies. That's really the medical examiner and their investigation of the individuals.
A minute ago, you used the word perpetrator, but just to be clear, there's no one else being looked for at this point. There's no nothing outside this land right here that's you're not looking for someone.
Well, okay, I said perpetrator. Maybe I just need to stand corrected on that. Perpetrator, because there's still evidence being processed. So if it leads to anyone else, of course, those will be followed up on. So, not to say that there's any more people involved, but just so to answer your question, I'll say perpetrator or perpetrators.
Well, I just want to be clear. There's no threat to the public. That's what the sheriff had said earlier.
Yeah, there is no threat to the community as we know it at this time.
What do you think the community of Henrietta needs to know most?
Okay, would you repeat that?
What does the community of Henrietta need to know most at this time from law enforcement concerning all of this?
Well, just like I said, there's no suspect at large that we are looking for right at this moment. So that's the most important thing, is that there's no one else out there that we're looking for at this time. So, there's no threat to the community.
At this point,
Have mercy.
McFadden is the one who killed everyone.
Who did any part of this? That's again subject to the investigation. So we're a ways from having that completed. So there's no way to answer that question right now.
You don't have McFadden in custody, do you?
Excuse
Do
me?
you have McFadden in custody?
Huh?
Do you have McFadden in custody?
There's been no arrest in anything right now.
In other words, the McFaddens are in.
Anything else you think?
I'm pausing this right now. I can't hold back anymore. In other words, what he's saying is, I think he believes he can't say much, but I think that was code for the rest of the McFaddens are in the back there too. They're at the crime scene as well. Period. That he took out his whole entire family, including those two young girls. That's what I think. Now, I don't know if it was poisoning or if there was a weapon involved or whatnot. And it does make you wonder what he would have done, what he would have, how he would have done this and then do it to himself as well. If you catch my drift, if it was just poisoning, then I'd wonder how he did his own self. If that makes any sense. The other thing too, yes, Seraphina. Yeah. Keyword is no suspect. Like this is an isolated situation. That's how I'm getting. Okay. Now Abby Lorraine just said, thank you so much for the 2. News reporter on scene is saying whole family is missing. Okay. That's very interesting. What reporter? What news reporter? Is it after this interview, or is it somewhere else? And if you do have that, Abby, please send it my way, or please let me know where to look for it, because I'll pull that up, because this is all breaking as we know. Okay. But from what we understand, Sharlana, Jesse McFadden is gone. He's one of the 3 that they have identified. 3 are gone. That are three of the bodies that have been identified for sure are of Ivy, Brittany, and of Jesse McFadden. Now the other 4, I don't know. Okay. I do not know. Okay. She's on TikTok. Okay. That doesn't help. Who's the person? Because I'd like to know and I'd like to see that too. But I'm going to continue. Yes. Kara. Yes, absolutely. Bad guy is gone. Okay. Gone. He gone. Just so you guys know. Okay. Now, my theory is that, or my speculation, because he can't say anything. He really can't. He can't speculate. He can't talk about theories. He can't talk about anything. I understand that. That's part of his job. And they're still investigating. They're still looking at the scene and all that. But there are certain things he is saying. If you read through the lines, if you listen through the between breaths and everything, you hear there is a story here. Now, is he saying everything 110% solid? I can't sit here and say he is. But he is saying enough to say, yeah, that there are people there, there are bodies that have not been identified yet. And he's saying things like this is an isolated incident. There is not a monster on the loose or anything of that sort. So, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together loosely. I'd say loosely when it comes to this. It's not a whole nothing burger. There is stuff in here, but yes, he is trained to sit there and talk circles around certain things, dodge all the questions without getting starting too much drama. Okay. Now I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here from the comments, because if there is a TikTok of someone saying this, I'd love to see who that person is. But let's continue on.
Think we should know?
There's nothing that could be talked about at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
that's
you.
a wrap.
Everybody. Appreciate your cooperation.
Let's see if there's more here.
A very direct press conference by
Let's see here. Oh, come on.
show. This is accurate according to KFOR. They reported this as well. Let's listen in here live. Oh, again, a reporter practicing for a live report. This is a live ground shot. Let's show you this. This is live now. So some containers. Don't know if this is on the property or an adjacent property.
Okay. I'm just going to do this mute thing. Let me see here. Abby, thanks so much for the 5. Aaron Christie News local reporter. Let me see. And I'm going to see if it's on, if she's this same person's on, if she's on Twitter as well, because maybe she uploaded on Twitter too, because it might be a little bit easier to play on Twitter than TikTok, because TikTok is kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to that kind of stuff. Let me see if I can find it on TikTok.
I teach self-defense, and whenever I work with teenagers.
Jeez. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Aaron Christie News. Let me see. Aaron News. Let's see if I can find her. Okay. Let's see what she says. I'm pulling this up. Hold on, guys. Got a reporter. Hopefully she's breaking something good here. And thanks to all y'all's help. Thank you. Let's see if she says anything here. Let's check this out.
We are currently outside the home of Jesse McFadden. Authorities have set up a perimeter here. Our drone footage actually caught a glimpse of a Chevy Avalanche in the area that they are investigating. The Chevy Avalanche is the same make and model and color involved in today's Amber Alert. Currently, there are 7 missing people who nobody has heard from since this weekend. 3 teenage girls, 2 boys, a husband and wife. Jesse McFadden is the stepdad of one of those girls. He was supposed to appear in court today on a child porn related charge. So there's a lot of suspicion and a lot of worry about what's been going on. And we will continue to follow this story for you, and I'll give you updates as soon as we can get them. They're waiting on a search warrant right now, and hopefully there will be a little bit more answers once they can get inside the house. We are currently
and that's one of them. Maybe there's something more.
So I just spoke with the.
This is also 6 hours ago. So I don't know if this is very up to date, but I'll play this one anyway. But I didn't hear anything about her saying that the family is missing in that video. Yeah, like what Abby said earlier, saying that the reporter on the scene is saying whole family is missing. Maybe she says it here 6 hours ago, but as far as recent, she didn't say anything about the family missing in that video. But let's take a look at this one, okay?
Mother of Ivy Webster. She and her friend Brittany Brewer have been missing out of Henrietta since yesterday. They apparently went to a friend's house for a sleepover. Her friend's name is Tiffany, and they're together all the time, I'm told. And all of a sudden, they stopped answering their cell phones. Ivy's Life 360 has been turned off, and Tiffany's also, there's no Amber Alert for Tiffany or her siblings, and I have yet to figure out why. The Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office hasn't been reachable yet, but that may change throughout the course of the day. So they're actively searching. We're actually out at the home of Tiffany, and the twist in this is the the dad, Jesse McFadden, who they were with in McAllister yesterday on a ranch, was supposed to be in court today on a child porn related issue. He's also a convicted felon for first-degree rape. So it is a very scary and intense situation because nobody has heard from them. So we're putting the picture out there, and Henrietta police are actually out here right now trying to get a search warrant so they can search the property. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Okay. And I appreciate the updates. I'm going to play this one more time.
We are currently outside the home of Jesse McFadden. Authorities have set up a perimeter here. Our drone footage actually caught a glimpse of a Chevy Avalanche in the area that they are investigating. The Chevy Avalanche is the same make and model and color involved in today's Amber Alert. Currently, there are 7 missing people who nobody has heard from since this weekend. 3 teenage girls, 2 boys, a husband and wife. Jesse.
Okay. So they said 7 individuals that they have not heard from or people have not heard from. Does that say it is family that is missing, that the whole family is missing, or is she just saying there are 7 bodies that have been found and those 7 people have not been in contact with anybody, you know what I mean, for dramatics or something like that? But I'm going to roll that back. Okay. I'm going to roll that back just a little bit because now I can see where anyone could look at this and go, oh, the whole family is missing right now. But I don't know. You could look at it in a different way. But let me play this really quick.
Nobody has heard from since this weekend. Currently, there are 7 missing people who nobody has heard from since this weekend. 3 teenage girls, 2 boys, a husband and wife. Jesse McFadden.
Okay, so she's saying the whole family is out there. The remains of the family, including the 2 missing girls, are out there. Not they are missing, but that they are out there, and the bodies of the family, including those 2 girls, are what make the 7 bodies out there. Not the whole family is missing. Just this. I mean, of course, I don't know if she's saying this off the cuff, shooting this from the hip, or if she has actual reliable information saying, yes, it is the family and those 2 teenagers that went missing that are now gone, that their remains are out there in the woods right now. Okay. So that's what it is. They're not missing. The family is, from what she's saying, from what this reporter is saying, she is saying that they are gone. I'm going to roll it back one more time because some people aren't hearing it, but I'm going to roll it back. She says they are gone. And those are the 7. Hold on.
3 teenage girls, 2 boys, missing people who nobody has heard from since this weekend. 3 teenage girls, 2 boys, a husband and wife. Jesse McFadden is the stepdad of one of those girls. He was supposed to appear in court today on a child porn related charge. So there's a lot of suspicion and a lot of worry about what's been going on. And we will continue to follow this story for you, and I'll give you updates as soon as we can get them. They're waiting on a search warrant right now, and hopefully there will be a little bit more answers once they can get inside the house.
So this was 5 hours ago, this video, okay? This TikTok video. So from what we understand, and of course, and of course, we don't have everything confirmed yet. We just listened to the head of OSBI, and he was just, talking in circles and not really giving us confirmations of anything at all. He was like, hey, I can't say nothing. Okay. But from this reporter, and again, is it coming from Okay. Is her information coming from a reliable source? We don't know. All we know is she's giving us the information that she knows of, and that could be speculation, or it could be absolutely confirmed by a reliable source, by maybe another law enforcement officer that's, boots on the ground, that's on the scene, walking by her and saying, "Hey, can you give me a little bit of something?" Is it the family? Is it 4 other innocent lives that were maybe taken against their will as well? What's going on here? Maybe she got the hookup, and one of these officers spilled the tea. Okay, but if you do the math, okay, you got a mother and 3 children, then you have the monster, you have Jesse, and then you have Ivy and Brittany. That is a total sum of 7 people. So I could see that being there in the yard, along with the 2 missing teenage girls and this registered SO that was supposed to be in court today, was supposed to appear in court today because of trying to solicit, and also because of content that he had in his possession that no one ever should have access to. Now, let me see if there's a press conference of some sort. Maybe there's something else here. But what we know so far, there's not a whole lot. It's funny. It's really interesting. There's not a whole lot of information out here. Cuomo even talked about it and it just got uploaded like 2 minutes ago. I'm going to play that too, because I'm sure Jennifer Coffindaffer says something in here as well that I just saw. So let's take a listen to this.
Now, breaking on our watch, these 7 bodies found.
Oh, come on. Always. Come on.
Found in a rural area of Oklahoma. Authorities were looking for 2 missing teens. All we know is they're not looking for the teens anymore. Bodies haven't been identified, but there are 7. We don't know about any weapons there or what the mode of death was. But we do know, again, that they're not looking for those teens anymore. And there's another wrinkle. So let's bring in former FBI agent and News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffindaffer. Thank you for jumping on this in real time, as I did. The wrinkle that I want to talk about first is, I'm not going to ask you to provide information when we both know that they don't have it. But them saying they're not looking for the kids anymore is not a good sign. Them saying that they had been seen in the company of a known predator who was supposed to start a trial today.
Doesn't make sense.
For that type of predation activity, and we don't know what happened. What does that mean?
Well, this is a convicted rapist, Mr. McFadden, and according to preliminary reports, Mr. McFadden, as well as these 2 young teens, 14 and 16, preliminarily have been reported part of the 7. They're waiting, obviously, for examination and an autopsy, but that's where we're at right now, Chris. And then 4 additional bodies found in that house. No information about those 4 bodies.
Help us understand, sexual predator, someone who's a pedophile. How often is murder or mass murder or storing of bodies like this, like a serial killer type pedophile? Is that unusual?
It is somewhat unusual, but this is clearly somebody, if indeed these crimes become connected to him, this is somebody who indeed fits the profile and the definition of a serial killer.
7 people. And then you think at this point there was another link there that I read down into. Some 40 miles away, they had 4 other bodies, but they have a different guy for that case, where that was just the typical American mass murder. They don't think that it's connected to this one, but I just wanted to put it out there in case that changes. Hey, thank you.
Okay. So there's something else going on somewhere else where 4 other people were found gone as well. But of course, Cuomo's saying that this might just be another it might be another random act of violence and another random act of straight up evil. But y'all, this is just insane. I mean, just 2 days ago, we talked about a mass tragedy in Texas. That man is still on the run. Francisco Oropesa, okay, is still on the run right now as we speak, okay? Took the lives of 5 individuals, including a kid as young as 8 years old, And I just talked about that in a pop-up video earlier this morning. I'm sorry. So please go check out that video because there's some information in there that's absolutely crazy. And then now we have this, okay? And we don't know, as Cuomo said, and I've said over and over and over again, we still don't know exactly how or what went down here. We don't know how it went down. We don't know, who's involved. If there's any other people that are involved in this situation or not, we don't know really anything at all. And it's absolutely crazy to think that this person took out, allegedly, let's just say allegedly, took out his whole family, including 2 young girls that were on the Amber Alert. Okay. There was an Amber Alert out for these 2 young girls. Okay. Where is it? Ivy Webster and Brittany Brewer, 14 and 16 years old, now were found gone along with a 39-year-old man by the name of Jesse McFadden, who is also registered SO. He was in prison. Let me just say this really quick, and just a quick reminder. He was in prison for 20 years for R. Then he got married, has a family, all that. Those 2 girls were over there allegedly to go spend the night with McFadden's stepdaughter. They went missing. They were filed as missing as of this morning. And now their remains, including 5 other people, which also includes Jesse McFadden's body, are all found on McFadden's property right now as we speak. Now, there's still a lot of questions that have not been answered. I'll just show this a little bit. There's still a lot of questions that have not been answered yet. We're still trying to figure some things out. We still don't have everything as of yet. But a lot of people are speculating. A lot of people are thinking that the other 4 bodies that were found on this property, not in the house, by the way, on the property, are that of McFadden's wife and her children. Now, if this was we don't know what happened here. We still don't know. If this was a murder type of situation where he took the lives of everybody and then he took his own, we don't know that yet. But we do know, that's kind of crazy camera work, but we do know that there are 7 bodies on the property. Pretty crazy. First one, thank you so much for the comment. Can you imagine the guilt these parents must be going through for letting their child go to a PDF file, his home, for a sleepover? What the hell? I totally agree. I'm lost on that. I'm lost. Of all things, I'd keep wondering why would, especially the wife, okay, if she loves him, she loves him, I guess. I don't know. But if you know that he's a registered S and his weakness are kids, I hate to say it like that, but why would you allow your child to have other children in the presence of a registered SO? Somebody make that make sense for me. Somebody. Okay? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Okay? And if any parents, I'm sure that they were hiding in plain sight. But if I was a parent and I knew about this, my kids would not be going anywhere near that house. Nowhere near the front drive. I don't care. The front door, nowhere near their grass. They'd be so far away from that crib. I'm telling you. That would not be happening. So that is a part that doesn't make sense to me. How would they not know? Isn't that the responsibility of that registered SO to let them know that they are a registered SO? Any person that comes into their house type of thing? But this is terrible. And you never know. Brad just said something of a good question. Now I'm thinking, okay, that's a very good question. Was she in on it or was she not? She may have been held against her will, traumatized, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Could be where she was just tortured to the point where she would bend at his will. That could be it too. Or that she was just straight up in on it and just didn't give a damn. But I don't, if she was in on it, then she'd still be on this, I don't know. It is very devastating, sad stuff. I can't speak on that because I'm not there. I'm not in that, you know what I mean? I'm not there. All we can ask is, what was the dynamics in that relationship? Was she trying to hide in plain sight? Was she in on it and just didn't give a damn? Or did she bend at his will because she was terrified of the man? I don't know. Okay. Maybe we'll know, maybe we won't know. But we just got to give this particular story some time as they start to uncover things, as more information starts to unfold, because again, this is absolutely devastating information, and we are in really bad shape right now, guys. There is so much evil going on, and it seems like it is 2023 is up the ante on evil, on the ridiculousness. It is getting so devastating out here, and we're losing way too many precious lives. Now, one thing I will say, and then I'll show this one more time. I will say this: we still do not know how they perished, how they passed on. We don't know, as you can see right there, the blue tarp. That's obviously covering human remains. Okay, because they don't want helicopters seeing this stuff. Let's keep it real, okay? Because there could be family watching this right now. No one needs to see the carnage, right? But imagine, I keep wondering what could have happened here. How did this go down? How long have they gone? Have they been dead for? I hate to say it like that, but how long have they been gone for? There's a lot of questions here that I'd love to get answered very, very soon. Angie G, thank you so much for the 5. Parents need to check where their kids are spending the night. No lie, I've driven by the houses of where my kids were having a sleepover late night. Hey, you know what? There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with being, especially when you got kids. These are kids. They're precious. Okay. They're really precious. And there's other people that see them as precious as too, if you get what I'm saying. And they're willing to do whatever. They're willing to risk it all to take them somewhere. So yeah, I don't blame you for doing that. It makes sense to be careful. You got to be careful out here. There are so many crazy mother lovers out here in these streets, y'all. We got to keep our heads on a swivel, okay? Michelle, thank you so much for the comment. It's possible the wife was going to testify at his trial against him, maybe, and he wasn't supposed to be around her or the children, then shows up and does this. Now, the thing is that's a good possibility too. Again, we're waltzing down speculation avenue, okay? Speculation avenue. But the thing is, though, if that's the case, why were the kids spending the night at the crib? I mean, I don't know. There's so many questions I have. If the kids were going to spend the night at the crib, and there was evil or bad stuff, tension, whatever it might be going on during that time, especially when he's supposed to be going to court Monday morning for something unthinkable, I got questions. I would wonder why you would let any of your children spend the daggone night. Let's keep it real. Why would you let any of these kids chill in your crib when you got a registered SO going to court for very, very bad things that have to do with children. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay? I just don't. Scooby-Doo. Thank you so much for the 2, Pascal. Greater than cable news. Thank you. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. You're making me blush. Dag nab. I appreciate it. But yes, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, Nicole B. I wonder how often they had sleepovers there. I'm wondering too. If that was the first one ever, but you're just gonna give it a shot. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm really not. Like I'm really trying not to be, because a part of me wants to be, because I'm so sick and tired of these kinds of this kind of evil. Okay, and this one's a very rare one type of evil. We're used to the pew pew and mass tragedies dealing with the pew pew. Now we got something that has to do with a person that is known to be evil, going to court, was supposed to go to court today for doing evil things, and yet you allowed children to come in with the big bad wolf. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, dagnabbit. Yeah, hell yeah. This is preventable as F. Hell yeah, Nicole. Mama could have said no. Why don't you go spend the night at their home? How about Ivy's home? It's nice and they always have cookies. You know what I'm saying? Why their home? Mama could have said no. Say, chill over there. Chill over there. You'll thank me later. But no. Come over to my crib where the big bad wolf is there? That's messed up. That's really, really messed up. Crazy. Crazy. I don't know. We live in a crazy time, y'all. We live in a crazy, crazy time. I am literally praying for this, for the family, for all the families that are involved in this, for the McFadden family. Okay, so to his, for his stepkids and his wife. I mean, if they are not the bodies that are in the backyard, then I hope they're okay. But if not, may they rest in peace as well. To everyone that's affected by this, I hope that they find peace, because this is absolutely terrible, y'all. That's just terrible. No one deserves this kind of treatment, y'all. Nobody. And I will say this too. Not everything is preventable. Okay? Not everything is preventable. Evil will persist and prevail in very messed up ways. If it finds a crack in the wall, it will seep through. But still, this one's just hurts, y'all. This one's just sad, okay? This one's just very, 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 very sad. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Real talk. This is big breaking story. Still developing as we know. If there's more information, for a fact you can come here and get it right here on the Pascal Show. I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open with this one, on this particular case. If there's more information, I will be hopping on and I will give you guys the information when we know what's going on. Okay. And let me tell you this too. Because this kind of makes me think of other things too. Like, there's a lot of us out here that are survivors. There's a lot of us that are victims. There's a lot of us that are currently surviving through situations like this. Okay. I need to make sure I got. I just want you guys to know that I'm praying for you guys. and that you're not alone. And if there's a way to speak up and talk to the right people, please do so. Okay? We want you here. Okay? And we want you out of harm's way. This is a devastating story. And I feel like this is a story that could have been prevented. But I know not everything can be prevented, like this story right here. So I'm praying for the family. I'm praying for everybody that's involved, everybody who has been affected by this story. It shouldn't have happened this way. But once we get more information, I'll be on. I'll let you guys know the stories. But for right now, this is what we know so far. So I appreciate all y'all for being here. Okay? Do me a favor, hit that like button down below so the story gets out there. Okay? And of course, if you haven't done that yet, please hit that subscribe button. Okay? Crush it, make it scream out your doggone name. You know, it's funny. I was going to do a show talking about Brian McKnight, and I'm dead serious. And now we got this breaking story. Man, I wanted to talk about something light today, and unfortunately, the news got a hold of me, and this one's a very important topic and a very important conversation to have. So if you guys can do me a favor again, hit that like button down below. Of course, hit that subscribe button, hit that join button, and become a Pascal Show family member. That would greatly be appreciated. Okay. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. It is time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And please be safe out there, guys. Especially keep your heads on the swivel with your kids, okay? You never know where evil's lurking. I'm dead serious. Anyway, guys. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.